Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Laura and today I'm going to give you guys a tour of the old house on our property as well as the old barn. We actually have plans to tear this house down because it is not in good shape. I'm going to show you as much as I can of the house, but I have to be very careful because I don't want to fall through the floor. Now the barn, on the other hand, we do not have plans to tear down because it is actually still standing pretty strongly. The last time I was here with my boyfriend Arlen, we discovered a deer was living inside of that barn. So I'm really hoping that that deer is not still in there, but we're gonna find that out today. All right, so we're gonna walk on back and we're actually gonna start with the barn before we work our way to the house. And I would be lying if I said that I wasn't a little bit scared every time I went into either this barn or the house for a number of reasons. For one, there are rattlesnakes and copperheads here, and these are great places for them to live. And also, the last time that we were inside of this barn, there was a terrified deer in here, and I just don't want to get charged by anything. It's always a little bit scary anytime you have a close run-in with wildlife. Okay, so here's the barn. Now, I'm talking a little bit on the outside of this barn, kind of loudly, because I want the deer, if it is in there, to know that I'm here. So it may start to move around or whatever, but I want it to be aware that I am here right now. Certainly looks like something is living there. I don't know what could be living in there, but there is definitely something that is burrowing its way there. Now, my mom actually thinks that this used to be a house, a log cabin house, based on the fact that there's like a little loft here and there are doors. These are rooms here that you can walk through inside of the barn. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you think that this used to be a house or not. All right, let's go walk around the other side, and we're gonna go in the other way. I don't know how far back I'm gonna go in there because, like I said, it really scares me going in there, especially when I'm by myself. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this structure used to be a house and then like a log cabin, and then they built this barn around it? Now, last time I was here, the deer was back inside of here, and I don't see any deer. Okay, so I went and grabbed my flashlight. So I'm not seeing any snakes on the ground. Oop, what was that? But I do think that this is a great place for snakes to live. So I'm not gonna go too deep in here, you guys, but you can kind of see what it looks like. I am definitely glad that the deer is not dead in here. Hopefully she is still alive. I do believe that she was injured. I used to think my mom was just kind of wanting this to be an old log cabin. It definitely looks like this portion was added on after the fact. Maybe this always was a log barn, but they certainly added all of this on after this was built. Part of me is wondering if this structure right here was around when that original stone foundation house was here. And then when this newer house was built, they added this extra barn addition to it. All right, let's head on over to the house. Now, this house was actually built with wood that has now gone extinct. I think it was some kind of oak. I'm gonna ask my mom and I will put it somewhere in this video to let you guys know. We're gonna be really careful when we tear this house down before we just destroy and throw away or burn all of the wood. And we're gonna make sure that if there is any of this extinct wood, we're gonna keep it and maybe do something with it if we can. Doesn't really look like any of this wood here is going to be usable. I don't know about some of these beams up here though, like these beams here. I don't know if those are usable or not. And if those are the pieces of wood that she was talking about. We believe that this back end here is what's kind of keeping that from falling down. And this actually is looking in pretty bad shape, worse shape than it was the last time I was here. So before I go in, we'll show you guys this other side. Alrighty, so here we are. I just want to give a warning. There's going to be a lot of junk in here. It's mostly just garbage, but I guess that's what you get with any old abandoned house. It's just a bunch of leftover just stuff. We are really sad that the guy that used to watch this place for us took the old stove that was here. We likely would have wanted to keep that, but it's gone. Does anyone know what this thing is? I'm wondering if it's some sort of a heater or an air conditioner. Now, if you can see, I don't know how easily you can see it, but it definitely looks like the ceiling is rather bowed in. So, and there's actually a big hole right there. So I am not likely going to step on that floor right there just because I don't want to cave through. This does not look safe. This is a cool little narrow stairway though. So this room here is literally just trash. I mean, I cannot go in there and I can only imagine the things that are living in all of that. So I'm not going to step in here, but you guys can at least see all of the junk. Now the ceiling on this side doesn't look quite as bad, so I probably will step over there. So this is kind of like a little loft area. It's almost like a time capsule going back in time, isn't it? So I guess there was electric going through this place at one point. I did not realize that. I do not believe that there was ever water or plumbing running through here. Oh yeah, this floor doesn't exactly feel super sturdy, so I'm gonna be really careful. All right, now this room is the one that I'm a little worried about. Yeah, it might be hard to see from the camera angle, but it is severely bowed down. And I do not trust standing on that. So I am not going to step any further in here, but you can at least see old chimney. I have to say, for how old this house is and for how much these ceilings look like they are just falling apart, this staircase feels really sturdy. Like it hardly even creaked when I walked up and down it. And I wonder if any of this wood is some of the wood that my mom was talking about that is extinct. Technically, I guess you could take some of these pieces of wood as they don't look like they're too terrible. All right, guys, so I'm not gonna lie that I am thrilled to be out of the house and that barn right now. But if there's anything that you guys saw that you want me to focus in on or kind of go a little more in detail on next time, let me know in the comments, because the house is still here for a little while. The barn is definitely staying. So there will be more videos where I go a little bit deeper into the barn. We'll be cleaning it up, and I'll likely document the whole process of going through the house, getting all the crap out, and tearing it down. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to wrap things up here and head back home. But make sure you stay tuned because I have a lot of things planned coming up. For one, I definitely want to clean up those graves. So that's going to be in the works here soon, as well as a couple other things I want to do to the van. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.